Liverpool paid £116 million for Florian Wirtz. And by November, he had scored just 2 goals in the Premier League. Very quickly, the football world began labeling him as another overpriced signing who couldn't handle the intensity of English football. Critics questioned whether Liverpool had wasted more money than any club in their history, especially considering the expectations that followed his record-breaking transfer. The pressure was immense, and for 4 months, Wirtz genuinely looked lost. However, what most people ignored was what happened next. From December 20th onward, Wirtz became the most productive creative player in England's top flight, transforming his season in just 6 weeks and completely flipping the narrative around his Liverpool career. Liverpool announced the signing on June 20th, 2025, breaking their transfer record with £100 million paid up front and £16 million in add-ons. Wirtz arrived as a Bundesliga champion, player of the season, and the centerpiece of Bayer Leverkusen's historic, unbeaten domestic double. At just 22 years old, he wasn't considered a future star. He was already a proven one. He had delivered 11 goals and 12 assists in Leverkusen's title-winning campaign, scored a hat-trick to clinch the Bundesliga, and announced himself in the Champions League with a brace on his debut. Expectations were sky-high, and anything short of instant domination was always going to be judged harshly. Instead of immediate success, Wirtz struggled badly. His Premier League debut against Bournemouth marked the start of a difficult adaptation period. By January 31st, 2026, he had made 20 league appearances but managed only 2 goals and 1 assist, averaging a goal involvement every 471 minutes. His shooting accuracy dropped to just 32%, and the numbers painted a worrying picture for a £116 million midfielder. More concerning than the statistics was how uncomfortable he looked on the pitch. Premier League defenders closed him down far quicker than he was used to in Germany. Space between the lines disappeared, and the physical demands of English football exposed him week after week. The criticism intensified as Liverpool themselves struggled. Under new manager Arne Slot, the reigning champions lost consistency and confidence. By late January, Liverpool went 5 consecutive Premier League matches without a win, their worst run since 2021, sitting 6th in the table without a league victory in all of 2026. The player expected to fix problems appeared to be adding to them. Questions about Wirtz's size, physicality, and suitability for English football dominated discussions, and many began to wonder if Liverpool had made a catastrophic transfer mistake. Then, without any announcement or obvious tactical headline, everything changed on December 20th, 2025. From that point until January 31st, Wirtz was involved in 9 goals across all competitions, scoring 6 and assisting 3. No player in the Premier League had more goal involvements during that period. What made the transformation even more impressive was his creativity. By the end of January, he had created 29 chances, 26 of them from open play, more than any midfielder, winger, or striker in the league, including players like Bruno Fernandes, Martin Dedegaard, and Cole Palmer. His partnership with Hugo Ekitike became one of the most dangerous in England. The duo combined for 6 Premier League goals, making them the league's most productive partnership during that stretch. Ekitike reached 10 league goals by January 31st, becoming Liverpool's youngest player to hit double figures since Michael Owen in the 2001 season. Their chemistry showed how Wirtz's influence extended far beyond his own statistics. Elevating those around him, the key to Wirtz's resurgence was freedom. Arne Slot later explained that Wirtz needed space to roam and interpret the game naturally, rather than being restricted by rigid positional demands. Liverpool's system quietly adjusted, allowing Wirtz to find pockets of space, drive forward, and express his creativity. At some point, he stopped trying to adapt to the Premier League and instead began imposing himself on it. The clearest proof came on January 31, 2026, against Newcastle at Anfield. Liverpool desperately needed a win, and when Newcastle took the lead, the pressure returned instantly. Wirtz responded by threading a brilliant pass to Ekitike for the equalizer, shifting the momentum completely. After Ekitike's second goal, Wirtz sealed the match himself with a composed finish following a Mohamed Salah layoff. The goal symbolized trust. Liverpool's greatest modern player trusted Wirtz in a decisive moment. And Anfield responded. That win ended Liverpool's 5-game winless run, delivered their first league victory of 2026, and moved them within 1 point of the Champions League places. Wirtz finished the match with a goal, an assist, and an 8 out of 10 performance, once again leading the league in goal involvement since December 20th. Liverpool's revival directly mirrored his resurgence, turning a season that looked lost into one filled with renewed belief. The debate now is simple. Is 6 weeks of elite performance enough to justify £116 million? For some, the answer will always be no. But the numbers, influence, and timing of Wirtz's turnaround tell a different story. Liverpool didn't buy a flop. They bought a player who needed time, trust, and tactical freedom. Once he received it, the Premier League saw exactly why he was worth every penny.